gas does this thing hold?
75 gallons.
75 gallons?
If you want to, we can just go on and start outside, or if you prefer to wait. I think all the things outside probably would, I don't know. I open it up, a lot of people want to look inside and see if there's anything damaged or anything soiled. Okay, so let's open it up. You know how to start the situation. The only reason why you see this configuration right here is because these are the railings that the slide, the hydraulic slide moves back and forth. They open it up and they have it like this so the technician can easily have access so he can work on it if there's a need to work on it on the particular slide. As you know, with hydraulic slides, you do have small lines, so occasionally they have to be replaced. Yeah. Okay? Each one of the compartments only have just one chock on them. The doors are very light. There's no opening area on the back side of the door. You have a complete seal around here. You'll notice that when you try to close these doors, sometimes the doors don't close all the way, and that's not unusual because the doors are light. And they're light because if you have something in your hand and you need to open a door, you don't have to struggle with opening these main doors. If your wife comes out and she doesn't, a lot of times women can't lift a lot of weight, so it's easy accessible for the women as well. If the door doesn't close all the way, all you have to do is just take your leg and press it close and snap right in. Everything lines up. You don't have to slam it and realign the door.
There are lights here?
There are compartment lights inside the compartment. No, all the lights on this coach are working on the battery. Now, what Tom was doing is, let me see what Tom hit the wrong button inside. Completely address that. Let's say it's dark outside and you come outside looking for something. You turn on the light, you pick it up, it's kind of bulky, you take it wherever you want to go, inside. And then you get in a conversation with your wife, you turn on the light. If you leave the lights on, all you have to do is be concerned about one switch, the match the switch that needs to go. Flip it off, the lights are off. It's up to you. I just make a suggestion. Okay? Yeah, but you have to turn on, not physically turn it on. Okay? Now, in the back here in the back, yeah, except for the propane. The propane does not have a lock. Now, the good thing is by each one of these compartments has a lock, you have one key for all the locks. So you don't have to have a key for each compartment. So what we're going to do is we're going to touch bases on these three back here in the back. First of all, this is have your sewer system hooked up. And you have the ability to use the city field water, as well as flush the coach, and as well as use either city field water through the coach or provide city water into your holding tank. So we're going to start off up here, and then I'll show you. This is where you attach your hose. Of course, you're aware of that. Diverter. The diverter, when it's set on city, then it works the same way as the normal setting where you put your water hose on there and you can run all your water throughout the coach without the aid of the water pump. When you turn the diverter to water fill, then you have a water tank and a holding tank in here. You can physically fill the tank up. The way you can tell when the tank is full is two ways. Of course, one way is looking at the monitor. The second way you can allow it to just go and fill up. It's an overflow that's on top of the tank and it'll run down in the middle of the coach. Yeah, underneath the coach. Okay? Move to the next area. That's for your black tank. What that does is that's a flushing mechanism, whereas you hook your hose, and I would suggest to use something other than your marine hose, like a garden hose, and you hook it in there, and it only flushes out your black tank only.
Okay.
Black tank only. So if you get a green or black garden hose, then you'll know that that's used just for flushing that out. Now you don't have to flush the tank every time you go camping, or if you want to, this is your coach, if you want to, you can do it that way. But I would suggest that maybe you'll do it every 2 or 3, if you're there a couple of weeks, then you do it after the couple of weeks, but if you want to do it once a week, that's up to you. You know. Okay.
Is there a
Next.
light in there too?
Yeah, next we'll have the water pump switch. Water pump switch, you know, is when you have to move water from your first water tank, so that's when you need to either your water pump switch. You have a switch that's located inside, so you have opposing switches. You forget to turn this one off, you can flip it off inside. You don't have to come back out here and hit the switch. Okay? Alright. And you notice it has an indicator on the front of the switch. Inside, on the wall, and inside you have the lights. There's a turn that switch on, they come out and they still do the holding tank area. So this is the only area that you physically have to flip the switch. And the switch is ready, available for you right there, on and off. Okay? Alright. Going down to the next area is your shower. I'm pretty sure this is probably basically like the one that you have in your coach. So you can just make the adjustment. The new thing about the Winnebagos is you notice that they have the large blades on the black as well as the gray tanks. What the purpose of that is, to give you the rapid dumping. So you don't have to, as you notice with the gray, you had the smaller line and the smaller blade. So it took a little longer to dump. With the larger blade, you can do rapid dumping and you can get out of there and do what you have to do. Okay? We have a couple of chemicals inside that we provide that you, of course, I'm pretty sure you used it in your other coach. And questions? No? Okay. Now, we move over here, 30 amp setup. Now, in here you have your light, which is the same as your compartment light. And then on the back side of it, you have a phone jack, and you have your hookup for your coax if you're at a park that has the cable TV. So you can run all that right through here into this area right here. The phone jack, of course, is great if you have a computer and whatever and you want to go on the internet and what have you. Okay?
Alright.
Now, this 30 amp system with the power line, you have a very, very good generator, very quiet, easy to get in, accessibility. Just pull it forward, lift it up, and you have your generator missile. In this coach, I think you have one on the dash, one external switch, and another internal switch on one place. So you have 2 switches inside and 1 switch outside for starting the external switch to start the generator. Red indicator light lets you know that it's running. When I hit it, I hit a switch turning it off. Yeah, I did. Yeah. See this wire hit it? You hit the switch. Notice the difference in the sound level? There's even a different sound once you close this and once you get inside. What I want to show you how to continue with dump water right on the ground. First water right on the ground.
Just empty. Pull out the tank after you finish using it.
Yeah, if you're going to store it for a while, winterizing it or what have you. Yeah, yours is probably larger, but no difference. You have your main valve and you have your gauge that's located on the tank. Everything else is basically the same except for the overall capacity, the 80-20. Now I don't know. Okay, wait one second. Refrigerator, and here. Alright, I don't want these people to get. And this is your entertainment center.
Coffee, good coffee pot.
There you
there
go.
still.
Donuts, coffee, bagels, whatever. Only thing I'm going to show you about the radio is how to turn it on, stations, volume up and down, and turn it off. Yes, okay, it's right here. Okay?
CD player in it?
This is the CD player, yes. Now, the thing about, so you don't have to worry about damaging your awning. Normally when I open my awning, I start at the rear, and I work up to the front. So I'm doing a little backwards right now. But I normally start back here, and then I walk forward, and I loosen up this arm. And the reason why I walk forward, because the next step is to pull the latch down so I can unlock it. Come over. Now you're going to have to watch out. I think there's some water right here on top of this.
How much wind can these things pull? The water is too big.
How much what?
Wind.
Not too much. It's just like a sailboat. If he knows about boats, anything is this big and it's up when the wind is blowing, and that's why you notice when I pull this down, I only pull it down just enough, and I just snug this just so much because there's nothing worse than in the wind you're fighting and you can't get this loose. Okay. Slide. What you'll do is you'll pull that off of there. It just has the two screws at the top. You just lift it up and it comes forward. On the back of it, on the bottom of it, it should be like an L or a U shape on the bottom of this. What that does is that hooks to this step right here, and there's a strap underneath. Well, maybe I better do it. Yeah.
So we leave the lights on, right?
Yeah.
These others didn't have the lights?
Remember I told you about the lip?
Yeah.
Okay. Fits here. Now, when you fit it up there, then you flip this, and you can pull this out.
Okay.
It hooks underneath the rest easy. There's a strap, a black strap. When you pull it over, and you hook this up here, and you flip this, then it creates tension, and it holds this up. All you have to do now is open up the solenoids.
Over there?
There's solenoids. Same thing. Well, motion, for safety reasons, you probably should secure this because if you make a sudden turn or stop or whether this chair will move.
So we should secure it? How do we secure it?
You have a clamp right here.
Or just tying it up?
It has a bracket and a clamp.
All these chairs in the front turn it completely around?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. They got little, I don't know how you operate your clocks in your coach, but in here, you don't pull them away from the wall, you just twist them. And all your battery and all your settings are right on the back. Put the 12 toward the front of the coach, wiggle it in, and turn it, and then you're back in shape, okay? I don't know why now they want everyone to be surgically clean, so they give them gloves. So with all the new coaches, we give out the latex gloves, and which is kind of unique because with the used coaches they don't give out the gloves. So I guess they don't care about the used coaches. They could just die. Walk over on this side. Now this is when you want to convert it. You can either convert it to a bed or you can just make it into just a regular recliner. Oh, before we go any further, let me show you. That strap should be. That strap is all the way up against. Oh, excuse me. It's all the way against the wall over there. It'll come out and it'll come all the way over to this. It'll extend all the way over to the edge.
All right. And
Okay.
that winch comes in.
Yeah. So, as far as the bed, you just extend this all the way down, and you put your covering on this, and this gives you your queen size bed. Now, if you just want to use it as just a recliner, then some people say that you want to use it as a serving table. I wouldn't use it as a serving table because that's fabric. If you soil something on it, it's going to look bad. But you can use it as a recliner as well. When you turn on the ignition and you turn on those jacks, the ignition gives you all kind of alert signals and whatever. So when the ignition is on and you turn on the jack system, you're going to get an alert system, a couple of bells dinging and whatever. So when you turn on the jack system and you extend the jacks, then you're going to get the signal that alerts you that the jacks are extended and for you not to drive the coach.
Okay.
Now to bypass that, like when you pull into a campground and you don't want to hear all these alert signals and whatever, you just pull in and you just turn your key to accessory.
Okay, then you can
And then you turn your board on. Okay, now you'll notice 2 lights on the board. Actually, you will see 3 lights on the board because the emergency brake comes into play with the jacks as well. If the emergency brake is not depressed, then you'll get another red light right here. So when you depress the emergency brake, then it turns that light out and it allows you to operate the jacks. So normally what you will see is 2 lights on the board, a yellow light and a red light. The red light, of course, is for the off and on. It's on the on switch, and the yellow light shows where the coach is low. This particular coach is out of level and is low in the rear. That arrow depicts the rear or the back of the coach. Now, what we're going to do then, in order for us to get into to use these jacks, we're going to have to extend these jacks. And what we have is what you call 4-point jacks, and we're going to have to extend these jacks and put the 4 points on the ground, and then make the points up, and then you have one that points down that shows that depicts the back of the coach. So what you want to do is, first of all, you want to depress. Yeah, I'm thinking about automatic jacks. I'm talking about
What's that
depress.
yellow thing?
What's this?
That's the emergency brake.
Oh, that's emergency system.
Okay. Now that we have the system on, you have the red and the yellow, then you look to your left on the floor. Right here, you have 3 toggles. In the middle one is always the one that you're going to make the adjustments with. In order to activate the front and the rear, you're going to have to extend those knobs. The knob in the front, when you pull it forward toward the dashboard, the knob that's on the back, when you push it back toward the rear of the coach, that's for activating the rear jacks. Now, the toggle that's in the middle is where you're going to move this coach up and down, side to side. So I want you to take that main toggle in the middle and push it forward, all the way forward, and hold it. Now, on the board, you see 2 lights, red lights come on. That means the 2 front jacks are extended. And you'll hold that down until you notice that the front of the coach moves just slightly. Okay, now, the 2 front points are down on the ground. Now you want to push the toggle back to the rear and extend the rear jacks. And what you would normally do is you would put your jacks down before you put your slides out. What it does is it allows you to level the coach a little better before putting the slide out, and also you can view the back of the coach from the driver's mirror or from the passenger mirror. So what we're going to have to do is just kind of feel it. The front extends 6, the back extends 9. I think we're down in the region where the yellow light is showing. And once you're able to turn off the yellow light on the board, that means that your coach is level. Okay? Questions about it? Okay. And that releases the pressure in the jacks.
How long do you check the hydraulic fluid in the jacks?
Only when it's leaking. Yeah, and that's very seldom. Well, you know what happens is, like, my coach is a 96 and I have jacks on it, and the only problem that I have with my jacks is the springs break. Now that it's getting older, so springs will break. So I just replaced the springs, and I've never had problems with the hydraulic fluid or whatever. Once you put all 3 toggles in the middle and the center, you just leave them there and you have to wait. The reason why it takes the back one so long, so it takes a while. Yeah, actually yours are pretty fast considering some of the other coaches. Okay, so with the board on, if you forget and you start up the coach and you drive off, long as all the 4-point lights are off, then the board will turn off anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes by itself. Or you can physically turn it off. There you go. It has what you call a wideband, and it tells you the weather and the road conditions in the particular region that you're in at that time. Okay. Now to turn that off, then all you have to do is just push it, and it puts you, and you go to radio. Change the stations.
Women so they can feel safe.
Okay.
The Downtown Women's
Now,
Center can always use help from local
you have a CD player as well as a cassette player. Any adjustments that you need to make, you can make them over here as far as bass and treble, and as far as balance and fade.
Economists say the
Put 'em in the
restriction
back,
on
just
cash
the
is the
speakers go to
last
the back
thing
too.
Argentina.
Winnebago, except on the new Sightseer, they don't have speakers in the
I, for one,
bedroom.
believe that he himself
No.
may not.
Because what happens is a lot of people complain about the speakers in the bedroom. If you're entertained, it allows you to give you that other advantage as far as seeing in the back, especially if you're towing or whatever. And you're backing into a campground at night time, it gives you a really nice view. I'm going to go all the way down, and I'm going to tell you about the switches you have. Of course, this is on and off right here. Just below it, it shows you an input, AB input. What they do, what's on this camera is they have included the capability, whereas if you're towing something very long, like a boat or something, and you can't see the image beyond the boat, then you have the capabilities of putting a separate camera and hooking it to the back. And then you can push this and you can see what's behind the boat, and you can release this and you can tell what's behind your coach. So you can add a second camera. Go down to the next level, you have the volume. If she wants to tell you, hey honey, back in, move a little bit to the right, you can hear any conversations that they might have in the back. You can't address them, but they can address you. You can see. Over to the just to the left of that is your inverter. This is how you're able to. That's how you're able to run. Okay, we're off the power, so we'll turn on the inverter. And when you turn on the inverter, you'll notice that you'll still have the green light, but it's inverting the DC power to AC to run the TV. Okay, you press this.
More towards the curve.
Towards the curb. Then more towards the curb.
How you doing, mate? All right.
Huh? You want to tell the medic to run up there to please move his car?
Straighten out, Dad. Straighten out. More. Straighten out more. He's alright like that. Just straighten out. Oh.
You're hitting the branches on the tree. It'll slide against your arm and it tears the arm. Can't get any closer to those. Right to the curve, that's how you get out of it. Oh, that's right. It's gonna open. Try to open.
I think I turned it off right.
Oh,
Tell them to make sure I turned it off.
make sure the Papa turned it off.
If not, just close it right away.
Oh, hang on. You didn't turn it off, Papa.
Thought I did.
It hits, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on in. Where did you guys go?